Hey everyone. So here's my honest, realistic assessment of what happened with the writers' deal. Okay, the writers' strike is over. They made a deal and they got a lot of gains. Okay, it's historic gains. But the studios left the door open, a crack for AI. And we'll talk about that. They left a crack in the door because that's what they do. That's what they had to do. They have to leave just a little crack in the door. So later they can stick their foot in there and just cram it open in 5 or 10 years. And then we'll be back to having another historic strike in 5 or 10 years from now because they whipped the door open, and now they're in the room and the studios have all these AI machines that the writers have been training with inadvertently with their work. So they left the door open. The writers' work is going to be training the AI to grow bigger and stronger and smarter, whether they like it or not. I guess, the legal language is such that they can protest, thou dost protest much. They can stick it in you and you're allowed to say, hey, you're sticking it in me. What are you doing? But they're still sticking it in you. It's almost like, it's a form of financial business in a way, because they're going to do it no matter what, and you can protest, you can say no, but they're still going to do it. That's my general understanding of what happened with the actual legal language and what it comes down to. The writer's work is going to train AI and help build AI into this very smart machine, whether the writers want it to or not. And they can even say, well, I don't like this, but it's still going to happen. And everyone's doing that anyway already. Google's doing it. Everything we put online, everything you type online, anything is all being used to train AI. So it's not just with the writers or the studios. It's happening with every corporation, every social media site. Okay, Facebook, Instagram, Google, they're all using all your information, all your data, everything you type, even probably in private messages. It's all being used as data to train AI. So the writers are going to train AI no matter what. And they left the crack in the door. And 5 or 10 years from now, we'll be back having another historic strike again, because that's life. That's what happens in business, because the kings and the queens always rule over the peasants and the slaves, no matter what. And it's not that much different now, except they get, bigger nuggets and bigger, bonus checks and stuff to keep them happy. And so we got 2 steps forward with this. They got a win. We got a historic win. The writers got a win, all that stuff. And it was good that we did it because it's better than what it would have been. But it's still 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. Okay, that's what happens throughout history. And, we're going to be clawing our way. We have to fight tooth and nail to claw our way to get 2 more steps forward. Okay? And everyone's happy, and then they take us 5 steps back. And then everyone just takes it, They just take it. And, 5 or 10 years go by, and people have enough. And so they stand up for their rights, and they stand up for the boss, which my previous video, I was excited about. We stood up to the man, and we got something, and we did. We did get something. They're going to get residual checks. They got the viewership data and streaming, and they're going to get checks cut. Okay? which is good, okay? $9,000 checks up to $40,000 residual checks. That's after the original employment. So that's a good deal. They got something we can work with, but I'm just saying the overall thing, AI is still, they're still going to screw us on AI no matter what anyway. And they left the door open. So, there's going to be less writers as a whole. Why would, right now they gained a little ground on AI, because right now the AI could write something and the person's still going to get paid for it. They'll pay the human the $40,000, to oversee it, but if AI still does the work, they're still paying the person to, tweak it and paying them as a real writer. Eventually they're going to get sick of that and they're just going to hire way less writers and cut that writer out, and the AI is just going to do it, because in 5 or 10 years, all the work that writers are doing and all the previous scripts are going to be training AI. And AI is going to be able to write a better script. And so in the world of competition, they're not even going to be able to compete. The AI is going to come up with a way better script, a way better story than even the best writer could try to come up with. And so it's going to be like competition. Well, of course they're going to want to have the best story. It's going to be mind-blowing movie, better than Christopher Nolan's movies. AI, who's going to compete with that? And then they're going to pay some guy, some writer, a bunch of money for nothing. So eventually, the studios, it's like the house always wins. It's just like in gambling too. The house always wins, and that's life. So it pays to be a CEO or to start your own business somehow, or just try not to be I don't know what else to say. We just have to do our best, and, some people out there try to become CEOs, start your own business. I don't know. Become a producer. A lot of the A-list actors and the people that rise to the top, they're also producers. All you can do is just fight your way to try to get to the top and do the best you can. Okay? We did get some gains, and I hope the actors get even more gains. I mean, it'd be really great to get the streaming data and streaming residual bonus checks, okay? So, we're going to get enough on our plate to shut us up, I hope. But then we'll start the process again. With actors, I don't know if it's going to be quite as bad as with the writers, because the AI can write this amazing script, and, they don't need to pay the one writer, but you're still going to have a movie with 100 actors in it. They're not going to have 100 just AI creations like cartoons, and not everything's, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Leave a comment. Let me know. Do you think, because you have cartoons that are just drawing up fake, creations, and they're fun to watch and people like them, but actual real movies with real actors, the AI is probably going to get so good that it'll be indistinguishable from a Christopher Nolan movie, Oppenheimer, with all the great actors in there. Is the AI going to get so good where they're indistinguishable from the real human personality that the people and the fans fall in love with? Do you think AI is going to be able to have a character and a movie star with the personality and the charisma the same? I don't know. That's a good one to think about. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you found any of this interesting. Look, I'm not like some professional who knows everything. I'm an actor. I'm doing these videos mainly as a way to practice acting and just to get used to stuff, and more of a entertainment purposes, okay? So hit subscribe, and if you want to, I'd love to have followers, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think. These are just some of my opinions, and it's mostly for entertainment purposes. Okay. All right. Thanks.